Dad. I don't have much time to talk. There's literally a fire. But this time, I didn't start it. Right, Sealy?
Or.
And neither did Fanta. We saw it as we were traveling away from the Weather Institute. Oh, yeah. We beat the Porygon, who was making the weather all wacky, and helped get it back to normal. Pierce is in charge of it now. Good luck with that, man. But I don't think one of the Michelin tire Pokemon started this fire. Ah! The corner of this letter just got singed.
Pearl, what are you doing? We gotta go.
Gotta go, Dad. Looks like another grown adult man needs our help. What else is new?
Hello, friends, and welcome back. We are so excited to have a guest with us this week.
Yay!
Wonderful, wonderful guest, though. Joining us this week is Adam LeGrave, everybody.
Hello.
Of the Roaring Trainers, Tall Grass, DM's Treehouse, probably 17 other podcasts.
I think that's it. I kind of forgot after a while, but
We're so lucky.
Dude, thanks for coming on the show.
I'm the lucky one. This is the greatest show in the whole world, and I'm just so honored to be here, and thank you so much for having me. This is great.
Yay!
Of course. You're so happy. I've been plotting. Here's a peek behind the curtain, listeners. We've been trying to get this together ever since. Well, I mean, honestly, technically, probably before, since we did the crossover with Postcards for Pearl.
Oh,
Abby and
definitely
Friends.
before.
But now we're finally making it happen.
We reached that point in this story.
No more excuses.
No more
Yeah.
excuses. The schedule constellations have aligned, and we are here.
Yes.
And everything's on fire, so you know.
Ah.
That's right.
The barn is on fire. But before we get to that, because we're about to hop into a stressful situation, I guess. I don't know. I guess maybe I alluded to something like that last time.
I don't know.
Turns out the barn's just kind of always on fire. It's a magical barn.
It's just,
It's not a big deal.
It's just perpetually on fire. You don't worry about it. But no, I just want to talk with Adam for a second before we really get started. I've got my my little questions that I've started asking everybody who comes on, just because it's a fun little. I mean, I feel like all of our listeners should know you at this point, but
Maybe, yeah.
for anybody who might not, we're just gonna have a little chat.
This one's for my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. So, Adam, how long have you been playing Pokemon?
Since Red and Blue. What was that, 94, 96, somewhere around there?
Thereabouts. Long time.
Yeah, so that's... The thing is, this might come as a surprise, is I'm really an original 151 person. That's my jam. I played Generation 2, Silver and Gold, of course, all the way through, and then it fell off a little bit, and I never really kept up after that. Now I am halfway through, kind of stalled on a Nuzlocke of Gen 3, a Nuzlocke of a game I never played. I never played that game, and I'm doing a Nuzlocke, so it's
Oh, boy.
yeah, it is, it's a heck of an adventure.
Wow.
How many of your special children have passed on in this Nuzlocke
Oh my goodness.
thus far?
It's been a while since I've played. I think two.
Wow, that's not too
that's
shabby.
not
Not
terrible.
that bad, yeah. I'm taking risks I shouldn't be taking, though, but...
I know. Well,
But yeah, but I've always loved Pokemon, and I no matter what happens, I always go back to that original set.
And you talk about Nuzlocks, you got me thinking about this was a long time ago, but I tried to do a Nuzlocke of Heart Gold, and I just stopped out of pure heartbreak after I lost Carl the Togepi to Whitney.
Oh, Whitney!
You were also naming them all after Walking Dead characters, right?
Yeah.
So it got very emotional
Yeah.
very quickly.
It's like, no, Carl,
Coral, come on!
stay back.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. You know what the hardest thing of a Nuzlocke is?
What?
Naming the characters, like Pokemon. That's what I think.
See, I gotta have a theme. I gotta have a theme
okay.
to to keep myself going, to be like, okay, this is sort of the vein that we're, and I can, deviate if need be, but at least there's something for a constant source of inspiration.
I was just, what's the Ronnie? That's okay. It's Ronnie. That's the name.
This is Ted, my
Yes.
Pidgey.
This is also Ted.
Pidgey named Ted.
Also Ted the Weedle.
Ted 2.
Ted 2.
Just be half asleep and the names will forever come.
Yeah.
That's true.
I've heard.
Yeah, that's the best technique.
Oh, well, okay, so you started with OG games. Were you red or blue to start with? Which one?
Oh, boy, that's a great question. I'm trying to remember. Because eventually I had red, blue, and yellow cranking through all of them multiple times. Actually, you know what? I don't think I actually owned a Pokemon game. I borrowed my friends. And in the first run-through, this is a fun story. The first run-through, I started a new game on his save game. Now, you can't have multiple saves, right? But I was talking to him, and he's like, because I think he started with a Squirtle, and I had a Bulbasaur, and we didn't know what happened. It was the first time running through it. So eventually he was like, hey, if you get that Bulbasaur to evolve before, I think it was after Cerulean or something, to Venusaur, like, you can save that game and you can continue it. And that's, there's a lot of grinding because it's not quite that time. But I remember sitting in that chair. It was summertime and just grinding. It's like, it's, killing boars in the woods, just hours and hours and hours because I couldn't continue and I wanted to save. And I did it. And I got to play through that game before he did because he made me a promise. So, and then I bought them all and it was fine. But
that first time.
I think it was red. I want to say it was red.
Nice. With Bulbasaur, the true number one.
Yes. Best. Yes, absolutely.
The very first. Well, yeah, that answered my next question of what was your first starter, that beautiful Bulbasaur, that sweet leafy boy. Well, so Adam, what is your favorite, and this is a two-parter, but like Pokemon, but then also Pokemon type?
Very easy. It's an Alakazam.
Alakazam.
Of course, you might know that from Abby, my Abra in the Roaring Trainers.
I love Abby.
It did have a hunch.
Yeah. It came with strings attached, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know why, I've just always loved, every time I play through any Pokemon game, I have to get an Abra and I have to play through it. It's always on my main team. I've always loved Psychic type and Alakazam's evolution. Just, that's it. There's no other answer.
So you've always had to have a friend then. Well, I don't know. I guess if you've had multiple, versions of the games, you can go back and forth between. But ideally, since you got to get the evolution trade, got to have a friend.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Now for my question.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You didn't see it coming, folks.
I did not.
Wild card.
This is a biggie.
Uh-oh.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, the real question, folks.
I knew this was coming.
I know.
I have to do my own concoction.
Whoa.
Vanilla ice cream. Okay.
Okay.
A little bit of like Hershey's chocolate on there.
Okay.
Like a syrup?
And a scoop of peanut butter.
Oh, now this is very important to me. Is it actual just peanut butter, or is it the peanut butter sauce they put on sundaes?
It's peanut butter, like Skippy out of the jar.
Oh.
And then what I do
nice.
is I stir it up a lot, so it's almost like a malt. And then I eat it, and it's perfectly stirred up. There's peanut butter and chocolate in every single bite.
Artistry.
That's it for me.
I respect the craft.
I knew it was ready.
I respect the craft.
I mean, like when you get ice cream, you scoop it out of the tub and put it in the bowl and you eat it. This takes like 2 minutes, and you have to sit there and wait for 2 minutes to eat your ice cream. Are you kidding me?
This is a real commitment.
Yes, it is. But the wait is worth it.
Oh my gosh.
Love that. Oh, well, with that, now that we're all ice creamed up, shall we dive into some danger and peril, I suppose?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm into it.
I feel ready.
All right. Let's hop in. Pearl.
Yeah.
You and Luca are racing toward this burning building on the SS Speedmeister as the sun is setting behind you. And Luca quickly maneuvers past some of the other buildings on this ranch as you hang on tightly in the sidecar. Yeah, you pass by some stables and a windmill. The tires screech to a halt as you find yourselves just in front of the barn looking at it, engulfed in flames, the dark sky behind it, and black smoke billowing up into the air. And in front of the barn, you see a man and his Pokemon trying to put out the fire, but having a hard time of it. Adam, will you please describe Ricky Jones, what he's doing and what his Pokemon are doing?
So Ricky Jones is a rancher of sorts. He runs this here farm, and he is of average height and build for an older man. He is an older gentleman, late 40s, mid 50s, around there. And he's got a cowboy hat and a duster, and he's got a very lovely mustache and curls up quite a bit. but it's not very menacing looking, I tell you what. But his Pokemon, he's got several Pokemon now. He's got a Machamp that's running around trying to put out the fire with a hose. He's got an Arcanine that's running around. She looks a bit confused. A Jigglypuff there looking... doesn't look like he knows what's going on. And then also a Tauros trying to haul buckets to the fire. And Ricky's just shouting out, McCoy, you gotta go get the hose. We gotta put out this fire. We can't lose the barn.
Pearl, you see that? You see that this is happening. You see that they're having a rough time of it. This man does not, as you take a quick cursory glance, seem to have any water-type Pokemon to really expedite this process of the barn being on fire. So having a bit of a rough go of it. What do you do?
Pearl jumps out of SS Speedmeister, slaps on her ranger hat, and says, "Hot diggity dog, Luca, we got a pickle in a smelly jar!" And she immediately starts carrying Sealy and yelling, "Water sport, Sealy!" And she kind of just like does a little mini chuck to Sealy to get a little closer to the fire.
You just toss Sealy a little bit?
Yeah, and then she also yells, "Smokey! Where are you?"
Make a quick perception check.
Okay. 14.
14. You do not see any trees in the area that Smokey could, just sort of pop out from behind.
Darn it! Ranch style.
But so you go to Chuck Sealy, toss her forward with the water sport. Go ahead and make a Constitution check for Sealy, just to see how much water sport she's able to bust out of here.
Oh, I got some guess magic. We are rolling high.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was a 22, sir.
Wow. Ooh, a powerful water sport.
Sealy was like ready for the lift. She was like, "Launch me!"
Toss me!
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sealy was ready to go for you to get with the toss as you pulled her out of the Pokeball as you all were driving up on the SS Speedmeister. And you toss her forward, and she unleashes this water sport, which is doing a lot to sort of douse the flames. But this fire is huge, and it has engulfed most of the barn at this point. Sealy is helping for sure, but there's still a lot more work to be done. Let's roll initiative real quick.
Oh, wow. We are literally fighting an element
I love
now.
it.
Okay.
I'd like to imagine that Ricky took one of the buckets that Baloney the Taurus brought over, and he threw it just as water sport hit. So like just a waterfall came up like over the bucket. He was like, "Oh wow, well, Baloney, you really know how to carry a bucket. That is oh, what?" And he looks over. That is a natural 20 for initiative.
Nice! Saving the ranch!
Yeah.
Very nice.
Hopefully I don't need that later.
Okay, Pearl got a 4, Luca got a 19.
19. All right, so then the acting order as you all fight this fire is going to be Ricky, Luca, and then Pearl.
I like to imagine that Pearl's just starting to just shout nonsense words, and that's why she's rolling low. "We need to curb off the jelly and fix that flapper!" Right there, partner! Already.
That is exactly what's happening.
Well, I don't know who you are, but your help is much needed right now. McCoy, why don't you grab that seal and go ahead and spray her around a bit and try to get out some more of that fire?
That's right!
I'd like to get McCoy the Machamp to go just pick up Celia, just like just try to help her. I don't know if that gives a help action or something like that, but
Tell you what, go ahead and make an athletics check for McCoy. Do you need to describe this Machamp in depth anymore?
Yes, because McCoy the Machamp definitely has a cowboy hat and a duster and a big old belt buckle. That's he's got spurs. I mean, he's my ranching partner, So.
That's how they all should be like.
Yeah, instead of the sort of
wrestling
WWE sort of like wrestling champion belt, he's just got like a huge belt buckle.
Just like Tauros horns, on it. Just like a big belt buckle.
Pearl shouts to Sealy, "Don't be afraid, Sealy, of our new partner. Just embrace the magic carp twist."
Magic carp twist. So that is an 11 plus 8. That's a 19.
A 19.
Go on now, get McCoy.
McCoy the Machamp starts doing a nice little do-si-do with Sealy there.
Yeah!
As the water sport continues, and they just sort of It's really like a one-sided sort of thing since Seely doesn't have legs, but McCoy, with two of his forearms, has picked up Seely, and they're doing like a little line dance sort of thing as he is spraying the water sport and trying to douse the flames.
Ricky's getting real excited. This is probably the most action he's seen in a while. He's like, grab that Seely, do-si-do, spray that water. Come on, let's go. Yep, there, but there.
Pearl starts slapping her thigh.
Luca pulls out 2 spoons and just starts playing the spoons. He's just like, all right.
Absolutely, I love it.
And he's just like, all right, Toofus, water gun. You see a crocodile burst forth from this dirt bike and just this massive bout of water.
Get it, bruv. Go get it, bruv.
Bruv.
Roll up, bruv. You hear the internal monologue of, roll up, bruv. Let's see, plus everything. That is a 17, as it's a powerful water gun shoots out from the crocodile. The flames definitely look to be dying down quite a bit, but the fire is still going. It does seem as though you have kept the fire from spreading to any of the other nearby buildings at this point, though, with all these high rolls.
Great.
Yeah, it is still going, but it seems like you all have contained it at this point. And that'll take us to Pearl's turn.
All right, Seely, don't give up. Dig deep into that well, and let's wet everybody's whistle. Water sport.
Great, make another Constitution check for Seely.
Sealster is not feeling any smoke damage, sir. It's a 18.
A powerful. It's just what does this like fountain of water look like coming from Seely as she continues to dance with McCoy?
Oh gosh, as she danced, I think she just trying to think of a cowboy sound, but all I'm thinking of is a yodel.
Yodel works.
But you know that like yeah sound. Yeah.
There we go.
That is what it sounds like, a water whip.
A water whip.
Master of Foley right there. Hard at work.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that was a powerful water sport from Seely. Now that'll bring us back up to the top with McCoy. Or whatever Pokemon you decide to use. Up to you. They're all out there.
They're all out there. I think, get a little creative, if you don't mind. Not quite a move.
Oh, 100%.
I think Baloney, can you go ahead and just kick up some dust and try to put out some of those flames? We want to just like kick up a bunch of dust and throw it on the fire, try to snuff it out that way.
Ooh, I like it. All right, go ahead and roll athletics for Baloney.
Baloney.
Which is just a powerful phrase.
I love that name.
Roll athletics for Baloney.
Boyo boyo. That is 27.
27. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It is all but just embers at this point. As
Baloney.
like you would think that Tauros was using a ground type move or something, but it's not. Baloney's just kicking up dust, but just with those powerful, muscular sinews, those just cattle legs, just kicks up that dust.
Well, that's sure not fried bologna, Pearl says.
The fire is almost out at this point as Toofus continues to just like... Yep, okay, 22. The fire is almost out at this point as between the water sport and now the dust, you've got multiple ways of putting this fire out. And actually having water-type things happening is definitely been helpful.
That is a big help.
Yeah, it is almost out now. Pearl, what are you doing?
Keep it up, Seely. One more water sport. That's a 15.
15. Yeah, all right. How does Seely fully extinguish the flames?
Can Machamp do something too? Let's see.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, what's a combo something or other
Okay.
that Seely and McCoy do?
They're still do-si-doing.
Ooh, they do like an I've had the time of my life lift, but just cowboy style.
You know exactly what that looks
It's
like.
like the end of Shaboopy for the Music Man, if you wanted me to get really specific. The fire's almost out. Hey,
Hey.
the fire's almost out.
Hey.
The fire is almost out. Not the Family Guy version. Dun dun.
Thanks for clarifying.
I really wanted to be specific, guys.
Yeah, okay, well, so now we have you on record saying that for anyone's future reference, the cowboy version of the Time of My Life dance is actually the end of Shaboopy. It's in the public record now.
Well, okay,
There
there
is.
is. I know the exact ending I'm talking about. It's when the guys, the partners would lift the girls up and they put them right on their shoulders. And the women have to go, Shaboopy. And I know it very well because I did the show once and the costumer hadn't finished any of the costumes. And so all the buttons weren't finished. So the guys, it was dress rehearsal and we all had bloomers on, thank God. But the guys lifted the women up and all of our skirts fell down while also in bloomers. And we ended the number with our bloomers going, Shaboopy.
Oh, no. I don't know, that
So
sounds
that's
like...
a real life tragedy.
I'm trying to decide if that's like the same or worse than the time that we did Shrek and the...
Oh, no, nothing beats Shrek.
Oh, wow.
Nothing will ever beat Shrek's costume design.
The Duloc number was something in that dress rehearsal.
But anyway.
That spandex was not ready.
I know. If we tell that one all the way, it might not be able to make it on air. We got yelled at for laughing, and we looked at each other and we were like, what were we supposed to do?
What did you
Want from
expect?
You put us out there half clothed in spandex with no thumb holes.
I don't know. I'm looking down on them all as Farquaad and just losing it as everything is falling apart.
Okay,
so
back on track.
All that to say, the fire's out as the flames die down, and you see that actually there is some of the barn still standing. It is not fully just completely destroyed. There is a lot of damage, but thanks to the quick action of you all, you were able to keep it from just being totally burned to the ground as the flames have died down, and now it's just some smoldering coals, and the smoke floating up into the sky is now less of that dark black, and it's sort of a lighter gray now in the moonlight.
Ooh, okay.
Wow. Whew. I was taken away for a second. Sorry. I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
I think Ricky is, once it's dying down, he does that typical cowboy thing, a frustrated cowboy thing, takes off his hat and kind of slaps it against his leg a couple times, puts it back on. Well, boy, this has not been my day, has it? Excuse me, I must say, I don't know your names, and I apologize for not finding out, but I must say, I greatly appreciate your help. My name is Rancher Ricky Jones, at your service.
Luca,
Yeah.
this is gonna be great. Howdy! Ricky Jones! And Pearl runs on up and gives him a big old handshake.
Okay, all right. Well,
I'm Pearl.
Hi, Pearl. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Of course.
Well, that was quite an enthusiastic handshake.
And this is my tootin' partner, Luca!
Luca comes up. He says, hi, my name's Luca Salvatore, and he shakes your hand.
Ready, Luca? A 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, the Luca and the Pearl must be friends. Oh, the Luca and the Pearl must be friends.
Okay, we gotta actually rehearse
We
these
meet
if you
Ricky
want me to
Jones, and
participate.
here's his farm. There is a barn, it was on fire.
okay.
The Luca and the Pearl must be friends.
Yeah, here we go. Ricky Jones pulls out a guitar. Here we go now, do-si-do. Yes, here we go. Okay.
It's a reverse barn race.
Luca's gonna make a performance check at disadvantage really quick.
You say that, and Ricky got real sad again.
Ah, bummer.
Oh, that's
Fair,
right.
fair.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, got excited. Got excited there, Ricky. When came back to reality.
Well, you know, if it helps, the disadvantage didn't make that much of a difference. They were both very bad. As he's like, I told you, if you want me to do these numbers, we gotta rehearse them
They
first.
just come naturally. She runs over to Celie. Hey, Celie, you okay?
Or.
And I imagine she's getting lowered down by Machamp.
I know, she like flirtatiously like poops a little fin against McCoy the Machamp. It's like, Ooh, stop it.
Well, yeah, they seem to be getting quite along. McCoy, come on over here. Well, these are my Pokemon. This is McCoy, the Machamp, and Rosetta over here, the Arcanine. You see this large kind of grizzled Rosetta. She comes over with this grace and swagger, but a bit, she's still got a powerful vibe to her. And then Baloney comes just sort of trotting over. And that's Baloney. He used to have a first name. I kind of forgot it. Anyways, and where is Blue? Blue, where you at, Blue? And from behind Baloney, this really, like, Jigglypuffs are pretty puffy to begin with, but this one is just like big cheeks, just sort of real. Got a very coconut vibe to him.
Yes.
like Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yes,
Stay puffed, like next level Jigglypuff that we're talking about.
Love him.
That's Bluetooth. He is new to the team, but come on over, friends. We got some of our saviors here. These are the real heroes of the ranch tonight.
Wow, what a great team! You guys are amazing! Wow, living out on the farm and the ranch. Oh, sorry about your ranch. What happened?
Boy, it happened quite quickly, but I believe that I have been sabotaged.
What?
Yes.
And then we get in a real big zoom, and Pearl has like a toothpick, and she goes, "Not on my watch." And her face is somehow really, really dirty, and the ranger hat is tipped way too far down, and she's stoic. Not today. And then we zoom out. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, wow, that was intense, and I love the intensity. Well,
Thanks.
I have to say, I think the fire was a distraction because I'm noticing that my herd has gone missing, and that is, quite frankly, that's the bread and butter of the Merrygold Ranch. But boy, did you see anyone on your way in, leaving, or herd at all? Like anything?
I don't think so. What do you mean herd?
Oh, well, you see, I'm a rancher. You see, what I do is I breed and raise cattle and toros and milk tank and the sort. And then when a company needs them, I herd them across the plains and bring them over and I drop them off. And that's how I make most of my living.
Wait!
Supplying companies, yep. I'm a real cowboy.
This is a Pokemon Dude Ranch?
Well, I think a dude ranch would imply that it was mostly for, like, tourists and stuff, but I think it's just a ranch.
Whoa.
Yep. One of the last, I might add. Although, looks at the barn. It may actually just have been the last and no longer is the last, I suppose.
No.
If I can't find that herd, I think Merrygold Ranch might have seen his last days.
Oh.
We'll find the herd.
Yeah.
That can't be true. This place is amazing.
No,
Sure, we're city slickers, but it hasn't been that long.
I'd hate to trouble you. You go, well, actually, you're awfully young to be out by yourself. What do you... Well, wait a second.
I'm 10.
You won't happen to be trainers, would you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and Luca just sort of gestures to Toofus, who's, like, still just, like, spewing water gun at the barn, even though the fire's out.
We get another intense zoom in on Pearl, hat tipped, face so dirty. 2 toothpicks now, and she just tosses up the Pokeball. Trainers, huh? I guess you could say that now, partner.
I just can't not see that as just sort of Pearl just like traced or superimposed over the exact same pose of like Blondie from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Where he's just like,
that's what I'm going for. And then we zoom out. Oh yeah, we're trainers.
Well.
And she tosses it again and she drops it.
And mighty fine ones, I might add. Boy, I tell you what, blessed be a Ricky tonight, because I think that we might just be able to pull this off. I tell you what, not much we can do tonight. Luckily, the house is saved. Now, the barn is gone, and the rest of the ranch is kind of in a state of disrepair, but I can offer you a place to stay in my house, and maybe we can find a trail early in the morning.
That sounds great.
Ricky, now that you have a second to gather your thoughts, go ahead and make a retroactive perception check for me.
Okay.
Now that things have calmed down, to see what you were able to pick up from what all just went down.
Hot, hot. Ooh, ouch. Sorry. It's just the dice are hot tonight. Because that is a 26.
Oh,
Ooh,
my mercy.
26.
Ricky came. Finally. And he was like, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Goodness gracious. All right. With a 26, here is the sequence of events as you remember them. It was evening out on the ranch, sunset, as it were. You were inside working on dinner, I suppose. Well, you could have been doing anything else, but I'd say you were inside the house. Is there anything else that you were doing? You tell me.
Oh yeah, I was midway through opening up and dumping that can of beans into the stove pan to warm them up for another lovely dinner.
Dinner for one, as per usual. But so you were dumping those beans into the pan when you saw a bit of movement outside. It was a lot going on in the sunlight and everything, especially because the way that you were angled, the sun, the glare was in the window a little bit. But as you rushed out, you could see that it looked like a lone rustler starting to try to herd up your cattle, your various Toros and Miltank and Go-Go's, Buffalont, all of those. The wide variety that you have here at the ranch. As that was happening, you saw that this rustler did appear to be alone, but it looked like they had Pokemon with them. You saw one large dog that you could tell it had two big fangs with a big underbite that seemed to be running around herding them up. There were two flying Pokemon, one that looked like a bird and then one that looked more insect-like as they were flying around. And this rustler was going around on a mount with antlers on it. Didn't look to be like a horse or anything, but it seemed like it had some antlers. And then as they were going around, you rushed out and released your full Pokemon team and got into a full battle with this rustler as they were, stampeding the herd away. As that happened, the sort of battle ensued. McCoy and all of the names. McCoy and
Baloney,
Rosetta and
Blue.
Baloney and Bluetooth. Everybody rushed out there.
Bluetooth.
The Jigglypuff. They all rushed out there and started getting into it. Whatever this bird Pokemon was, seemed to have some kind of psychic attack on Rosetta, the Arcanine, which led to the accidental ignition of the barn as Rosetta let off a loose, what was it, ember or a flamethrower or something or other?
Yeah, flamethrower.
Let off a loose flamethrower in the wrong direction and that just lit the barn up. And so as that happened, your focus then shifted to the barn and what all was going on there. But as they were about to run off, as you were, trying to figure out how you could stop this fire in your barn, you did see also riding atop this antlered mount the glint of a golden coin off of a feline head. Also, riding on this mount, a small feline Pokemon.
My word.
But your attention shifted to the barn, and then now that you have looked back around and the fire is out, there is no sign of the herd or the rustler of any of their Pokemon.
I like to imagine that Ricky Jones weaved that, and Pearl's just eyes are humongous, just so enwrapped in the story. Whoa.
Yeah, he's wrapping up his, and thus I went to go chase the would-be thief, but of course the barn caught on fire, and well, I needed to save the Pokemon on the side and get that barn, and of course then my heroes came, you two, Pearl and Luca, my saviors, the saviors and heroes of Merrygold Ranch. I'm just so happy that you're here and you've agreed to help us out. My heart grows three sizes in a good way. It's not a heart condition. I am happy that you all here. But that is the story that I remember it, and my word, I'm left speechless. This is, now that I think about it, I think this has happened a couple times around here. Yeah, this I've
Wait,
heard.
to you specifically, or
No,
neighbors?
not to me. This is the first time to neighbors.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
I get robbed
that's
every
rough.
third day. Actually, yeah.
Oh man.
That's why I'm not very good.
You gotta put a fence up.
I am robbed frequently.
Pearl pats Ricky Jones and goes, all we could do to help. No need to call us heroes. But, a hero does love a little sweet cream after the end of a triumph. Got any ice cream?
Oh, yes, of course. I did promise you a warm bed and a wonderful meal. So please come on into my house and let me get you situated and comfortable.
Pearl and Seely high five.
Order. Hello, friends. Jonah here to say thank you for listening to Postcards from Pearl. Also, I want to go ahead and say a huge thank you to Adam LeGrave for coming and joining us for the Merrygold Riders arc. We got 6 great episodes in the tank, and we are so excited to share them with you. We mentioned it earlier in the show, but Adam is on a bunch of great podcasts. The Tall Grass podcast is fun for all ages, and we had a wonderful time doing a crossover with Abby and friends earlier this year. Meanwhile, the Roaring Trainers and DM's Treehouse are for adults only, but both of those shows are excellent as well. We are big fans. We will rotate through those show promos at the end of the announcements during this arc, and we hope you check them out. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our amazing partner, Dice Envy. During the month of June, we are donating all of our Dice Envy commission to the Bail Project. So by going to diceenvy.com/questco or by using promo code QuestCo at checkout, you can get 10% off of your order and know that 15% is going to be donated directly to the Bail Project. We also have a giveaway happening over on the Quest Company Twitter. You can win a beautiful set of metal dice from Dice Envy, and all you got to do to enter is donate directly to the Bail Project and let us know you did. We'll be gathering entries for that through the end of the month, which is tomorrow. This is the last mid-show reminder, so make sure to go check out that pinned tweet and enter if you haven't yet. If you're a fan of what we do here on Quest Company Junior and you want to give us a boost, please go to our page on the Apple Podcasts app or wherever you listen to your podcasts and leave us a rating and review. It is a huge help to us, and we read every review that comes in. And if you really love what we do here at Quest Company Junior and you would like to take the next step in supporting us, please consider becoming a Patreon subscriber. For as little as $2 a month, you can help us with necessary expenses, help us continue to improve the quality of the show, and get access to exclusive content and patron rewards. If you'd like to give us that support, you could do so at patreon.com/questcompanypodcast. You can find the link to the Patreon on our website, questcompanyjunior.com. If you'd like to contact us, you could do so directly through our website or by finding us on Instagram and Twitter at QuestCoJunior. You can also hang out with us in our Quest Company Discord. The link to that is on our website and Twitter. We know that word of mouth is the best way to get people listening to a new podcast, so please, if you enjoy the show, let other people know. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell everyone. If we see you tweeting about us or posting fan art using hashtag QuestCoJunior or hashtag Postcards from Pearl, you might get a character named after you on the show. And if you have fan art of the podcast that you want to share, just make sure when you post it to tag us so that we can see it. Quest Company Junior is a proud member of Porygon Go, a group of independent podcasts supporting high-quality content that's fun for the whole family. Porygon Go is your reliable corner of the internet for the kind of podcast that everyone can enjoy, with shows ranging from animal facts to stories to audio dramas to RPG actual plays and more. Check them out at porygongo.com. I'd like to take a moment to thank the incredible artists whose music is featured in this episode. Thank you to FoolBoyMedia for the song Video Game Land. Thank you to Gypsy Trip for the songs Caravan, Fear of the South, and Mario's Tune. Hey, that's Adam's band. Thank you to Silent Partner for the song Stomping Grounds, and thank you to TabletopAudio.com for providing the ambient sounds. That's all for me, so let's get back to our friends at the ranch. Thank you for joining us here on Quest Company Junior.
Welcome to The Roaring Trainers, a 5th edition actual play podcast set in the Pokemon world. Kanto in the Jazz Age. Follow along with our heroes as they embark.
Wait a minute. This isn't a bar.
I told you we didn't know where we were going.
Wait, what are you guys doing here? You're not supposed to be here.
I'm so sorry, sir. My friends and I thought that this was a bar.
Okay, well, it's not, so you need to get the hell. Wait, why is that Abra out of its Pokeball?
Oh, dang. Abby, get back here. Wesley, what do I do?
Stop her, Atticus.
Don't worry, I've got this. Go Magikarp!
Sandor, no.
No, don't do that.
Oh, great. You fried my board, and now I can't even finish this ad.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
Didn't mean to.
Okay, that's enough. Get out of here. You're all banned.
Joke's on you. You don't know who we are.
Oh, well, we're the Roaring Trainers.
Well, you don't know where to find us, at least.
Oh, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts.
Guys!
You fellas aren't very good at this, are you?
No,
not
really, no.
Well, let me show you how it's done.
Follow Wesley, Sandoran, Atticus, and Little Abby as they meet new friends, discover new Pokemon, and explore the landscape of Kanto in the Jazz Age on their Pokemon journey.
Yeah, he takes you into the house, and it's nothing fancy. I mean, it's just bare walls, no real dressings on the windows, anything like that. He goes in, and oh my word, my beans are burning. And he runs over to the stove and stirs them up, and well, I'll just go ahead and put on a fresh can of beans for us for dinner. And you can help yourself.
A fresh can.
Fresh can of beans. And he goes and grabs a can from his pantry. It's bare. There's just a couple cans. And it's just a white label can that just says beans.
It's not even Bush's best.
Aww.
No. Kanoko's cheapest.
It's Pokemart brand.
There we go. Yep.
Pearl I'm imagining a lot of wood in this house. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wood paneling. Yeah, as you're looking around, you see that a lot of it does look kind of dilapidated too. You didn't really get a great look as you were coming in, but as you take a second to get your bearings a little more, it is a little bit in a state of disrepair around here, just a little bit.
Pearl finds the squeakiest wooden board and definitely squeaks at least for a solid 30 seconds and looks to Luca and she goes, Hey, Luca, what did you think of that story? Pretty wild, huh? A true Western.
Yeah, I mean...
And then she says, let me try this one. Ooh, a little lower. Ooh, let's try this one.
Oh, I see you found the squeaking board.
Wait, am I a disc jockey? I love this. And she tries to make a little symphony really quick from Hoppin', big style, like the big piano with Tom Hanks.
I think Bluetooth would join in because he hears the music and he's like, oh, let's do this, yeah.
Yeah. We get a little groovy, and then I do look back to Luca. But what? But wait, sorry, I got distracted. What do you really think?
Bluetooth is just hopping on the boards like, Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff.
And then
Trying to start a squeaky board square dance.
Just get real winded.
Sorry, I truly mean to listen to Luca, but she does turn to Ricky Jones, and she says, hey, partner, do you mind if I let out a little bit of my team? They could use some fresh air and some friends.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's no better air than that of an open field behind you, so please, go ahead. Soak it in.
Okay, great. I tell Seely, Fanta, and Shroomish that if they want to go outside and play, they can.
Nice.
With the team.
But Aaron does not get to.
Aaron needs to be adjusted to our own team first.
That's fair.
Aaron's a little new. I gotta know if he can behave himself.
That's fair.
Okay. But yeah, now I'm ready to listen to Luca. I promise. I promise.
I'm sorry, what was the question? I got
okay.
distracted by the bean smell.
It is a delicate smell.
We zoom in on Pearl again. Whoom. Those beans smell mighty good. 3 toothpicks now. Whoom. Okay, wait, Luca!
What? Yes.
What did you think of his story?
Well, I mean, about the Rustler?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded like bad news. I think it's weird. I mean, it's pretty much open plains out here. I don't know why we wouldn't be able to see them on the horizon or anything, but they're gone. That's really weird.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, how could you really sneak up on a place like this?
Well, right, yeah. How could you sneak up, and then how could you sneak out?
Weird.
I don't know.
Seems like he has a really big crew of Pokemon, too.
Yeah, from the sound of it, that was like a lot.
Also, it's a lot for one person to do all that cattle herding, I would think.
Well, I mean, you do it on your own, don't you? I don't see anybody else here. Is there anybody else here?
Oh, no. It's just me. Just me and my Pokemon. This is my family ranch. Used to be my mom and my pa used to be out here too, but they've moved on quite a bit ago, and it's just me keeping it going.
Ah.
I'm sorry for the state of the house. It's a bit dusty in here. I do admit, but
Are you kidding me? And she goes back to Squeak Symphony. I love it here.
Yeah.
It's way better than a bland old pokey, what are they called? Poke centers.
yeah, absolutely,
It's
yeah.
rustic. It's got character. It's not just a cot.
Yeah. We're not about it.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, I do have only cots for you to sleep on, so I apologize for that. But
Right, but
at
it's a
least,
rustic cot.
It is very rustic, a bit rusty, and I would at least check for sharp edges before laying down your head for the night. But I do say I apologize again for I don't spend much time here on the ranch. You see, with being the only one here running, I'm mostly out on the field taking my herds to and from businesses. So
Your home is the open plains
Yeah.
and the wide open sky. What a dream.
it truly is a paradise out there, most of the time.
I get it. I used to live on a cruise ship.
Really?
Just the sea and the sky and a ton of amenities.
Wow.
Amenities.
Amenities. Wow. That is a word I haven't heard in a long time.
These beans are delicious.
Well, thank you.
And Pearl means that sincerely. Yes, yeah. She really loves them.
Yep. They're baked.
Well, Mr. Jones, is there anything that you need us to do? Like, I don't know, is there anything around the ranch that we need to help you take care of before we settle in for the night? Or, I mean, I don't know if, like, is your whole herd gone? All of them?
Yeah, it does seem. I did do a once round, and it seems that the Napa did go ahead and nap all of them, except for, of course, my main team here. It's infuriating, but it's I can't help but think I know who did it, but I don't know.
Who? Tell us. You'll get a zoom in if you do.
There's a name that's been going around. Like I said, my ranch is not the first to have been hit. There's several ranches a bit north of here, and they've been hit, and most of them have been moving or selling after, not able to recoup from the losses. But they've all been saying this one name, Mooney.
And we definitely get a zoom in on that one. And there's a little bean slurp, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit of bean. You just get a zoom in on Ricky's face. He says Mooney, and then a big spoonful of beans.
Yep. There's some bean juice just sort of lingering in the mustache.
Yeah.
Mooney.
The bean juice is what makes it so curly and wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, who needs mustache wax when you got bean
It's
juice?
a little Ricky Jones secret. You go ahead and take that home with you.
Ew, I love it. Mooney. That sounds like a troublemaker.
Well, if there's anyone else, any other farmers or ranchers that have been hit, I don't know, maybe we could check in with them and
Make a ranch coalition?
Well, I mean, at least see
And
if
vow to put ranch on almost everything we possibly can. That's distracted.
if a ranch.
Yeah.
That ranch is hidden down the valley. It's hard to get to.
Oh,
there it
yeah,
is.
the Hidden Valley Ranch.
Yeah. Hasn't been hit yet.
Well, only a matter of time, probably. It doesn't say that. But yeah, so well, is there anything else that you all would like to do before you kind of settle in for the night and then try to catch the trail tomorrow?
I definitely write to my dad, for sure. Do we have like a fireplace? Like, what's the weather like?
The weather is. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I'm not the
well,
GM.
what's the?
I'm not the GM. Sorry.
I don't know, I was waiting. I was like, oh, he knows if there's. I mean, I assume you probably got a fireplace, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty clear night tonight, after your whole ordeal with the Weather Institute earlier today. It's back to how it was before then, where it's, clear skies outside, theoretically clear skies anyway. There is still a lot of smoke lingering in the air, and it is a bit of an odd feeling to have a fire going in the fireplace after, putting out the huge fire of the barn earlier. But there is that fireplace there in the house, yeah.
So I think she writes some letters by the fireplace, and then she just goes and watches the stars a little bit before she goes to bed.
Nice. Ricky, is there anything that you want to do before you tuck in for
I think
tomorrow?
after dinner, after a good belly full of beans, he heads out to the burnt down barn, kind of starts seeing if there's anything that he can salvage, maybe taking the really, really bad stuff, starting to pile it up. He and McCoy are over there kind of working on stuff, but after a while, he just sort of gives up and heads back to the house and sees Pearl on the porch. And, well, Pearl, I'm going to go turn in. Is there anything that I can do for you, little miss?
No, sorry I didn't help you. I'm just 10, so, my muscles, I'm going to feel everything that we just did earlier today, or else I would totally help. But, I bruised like a peach.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. But tell you what, there's nothing better than feeling the work of yesterday tomorrow. It's a good feeling here on the ranch. Makes you feel alive.
Yeah, I dig it. I feel like this is definitely a place I would thrive in.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling too. Just a quick question for you, Pearl, if you don't mind. I didn't see Luca around, but what was Luca's last name? Salvatore?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's really fancy. There's multiple syllables.
Yes.
I've tried writing it down. He's teaching me cursive, and she shows her little notebook where he helps her learn #boat school from Captain Ron. So, and she's like, I try to practice these with my dad's letters, but so far I've worked up a D, a T, and a fancy S from his name. So I'm working on my cursive piece, but they're a lot harder than I thought.
Oh,
Because
wow.
I just get all the circles and the loops, but
Yeah.
I'm getting there. Yeah.
Can I show you how I do a very fancy R for Ricky Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes to the paper and he just does a very elegant, I feel like older people have just wonderful cursive compared to most younger people.
Oh,
so he's got that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's got that
He was
older
properly
person.
taught
Yeah,
cursive.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just
100%.
beautiful, just elegant, And he's a Ricky Jones and takes the under from the S and just underlines the whole name. I meant to just do the R, but
It's not the scribble cursive. It's like he actually does write Ricky Jones,
Right, yeah.
the full thing. It's not like you sort of just do the big one and then scribble out the rest and then you get to the next big one.
it's not how I sign my name. It's how like a proper person who can do actual cursive.
How a cowboy, a cowboy who knows cursive signs that name.
Same.
Yeah. Pearl looks it up in wonderment. Whoa, you just did that outside by starlight? That was amazing.
Oh, well. And he kind of adjusts his collar, kind of blushing, like, well, good education goes a long way, Pearl, but it gets a little lonely out here, so I try to keep up with my penmanship, doing journals and whatnot, writing to friends and the sorts, so. But,
Nice. Imagine what I can do when I'm your age. I'll be unstoppable.
Oh, yes, well, you've got several years to go, but I tell you what, do not let my age fool you. I am still spry and strong, and yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a little muscle in my back. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 6 hours rolling on a tennis ball to try to fix that before going to sleep. All right, Miss Pearl, I bid you adieu. And he walks into the house limping.
Night, Ricky Jones.
Good night.
And then I think she says, Coco, we are at a guest's house.
Coconut comes over with a little metal rod with a marshmallow on the end of it, as it seems like, and also Bluetooth the Jigglypuff comes over as they were just trying to roast s'mores over the coals of the burnt barn.
Coco, hey, listen. Listen. Okay. This one is a little different, okay? Limited supplies, and you gotta respect that. So if you're going to cook, you have to use what you brought, okay? I love that you pack marshmallows 24/7. I know you have some pockets in your little Pokeball. I know you store. I know this is the time for rations, okay? And
He's taking just little nibbles of his Willy Wurmple chocolate.
And so if you cook Coconut, you can't use any of the beans. You sure? Okay, good. Maybe you could forage. I'm sure there's berries and stuff, but I don't want you to go out too late, okay? Okay, I know. Wild ideas here. But, it's good to find some new recipes. Maybe Jigglypuff can help you. Blue, right? Bluetooth? Jiggly! Yeah, Blue knows what I'm talking about. And I kind of just give them both a little shake on the heads, and I say, night, guys. Jiggly!
Make a persuasion check.
Gosh, I rolled really poorly. I guess this was a good time to roll so poorly. -5.
What?
Whoa.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh. Coconut does not go foraging.
Okay, good, actually. Good. Okay, that actually worked.
Decidedly is
Who does she think I am? I love
no
it.
way.
Oh, great. But I do think my Pokemon, I kind of corral my guys from after their playtime and stuff, and we go to bed.
Nice. I think as you go to bed, you're on a cot, across the way from Luca. As you hop in and it's a little squeaky. It is a rusty cot. But you hop in there next to Luca. And he just he's puzzling. He's got a puzzled look.
What do you think about there, partner? I'm adapting the cowboy language.
Oh, nice. I'm just thinking. There's something familiar about this guy. I just can't put my finger on it.
What, you mean Mooney?
No.
The rascal?
No, Ricky.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Like where? Like a shop, like your home, like a hallway, a gymnasium, a gym. I can keep listing places.
I don't know. I'll sleep on it and I'll see if I remember. But
He was asking about your last name.
really,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, at least it's mutual then, I guess. I don't know. I'm
Hey.
not worried about it.
Hey,
What?
Are blue jeans blue, or do we just make the jeans blue? Night, Luca!
And Luca doesn't sleep at all that night.
Luca just curls up in the fetal position, wide-eyed, and stares at the wall. No, he looks it up on his pokey gear.
Aw,
Oh, that's right.
He's like, well, let me find out. Are blue jeans really... Well, hold on, Pearl. I have an answer for you. That's the magic of the internet.
No.
Oh, there's no signal out here.
Good, that's the way I like it.
He curls back up and stares at the wall once again.
Aw, sorry, Luca.
It's fine. It's fine.
Pearl does bond with Fanta this evening.
Nice.
Because Fanta needs some TLC after what happened.
Nice.
And we definitely have some cuddle time.
I like it.
And Fanta, like, I feel like Fanta does struggle with that just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's new-ish, but I get some of Ika's good nest stuff that I kept, and I'd be like, here, Fanta, it's okay. Here, I'll make you your own pillow. There you go. It's kind of like a nest, but we're close. Great. And we go to bed.
Fanta is grateful. Ricky, who would you like to bond with over the long rest?
Ooh, I think I will bond with Rosetta, my Arcanine, because I think she's feeling a little guilty about what happened, having been confused and caused the fire and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and we get up to our room, and somehow she's in there. This giant dog is in my tiny room. I'm just petting him like, oh, Rosetta, it is fine. I understand. You got hit with quite a powerful spell there. It caused some confusion. Don't place this on you, okay? This is fine. This is whoever that Rustler is, that's their fault, not yours, okay? Come here, girl. Oh, come here. And I just like tons of scratches and just hugs and stuff like that. So
Excellent. And you bond with Rosetta. She will have the accompanying temporary HP and inspiration for tomorrow. And Luca is going to bond with Mikey the Ghastly this evening, I think. After Mikey really showed up and showed out there at the Weather Institute, Luca's like, you know what? I did not know that you were capable of doing more than just pranks, pretty much. That was nice. He says after being very spooked by Mikey, as Mikey did sort of possess a scarecrow that was outside and came up to the window and like tapped on it. Luca jumped very high.
I like to imagine Pearl is like sleepily awaked by it and goes, huh, cool. And then goes to sleep.
It is terrifying. As Mikey's like,
Mikey, you'll love how much this place squeaks.
At a couple of points throughout the night, you just hear a ghostly.
Yep. I
don't know if you go out at any point, Ricky, to be like, oh, what, are they still up? But it's like, there's nothing there.
well, I think I will just go ahead and take my leave of this situation. And he quickly runs back up to his bed and snuggles Rosetta closer.
Nice.
Smart move.
And with that, you all go to bed for the evening, getting ready to track down this Rustler, seeing if you can find out any more information about this Angel Mooney.
Ooh, Mooney.
Ooh, I'm excited. I got a taste of beans and a cowboy fever. I'm ready.
And that's where we'll end this episode.
Nice.
Yay!
Oh, that was so much fun.
Are you looking for high-quality, family-friendly podcasts? Shows that are safe for younger or more sensitive listeners? Porygon Go is a reliable corner of the internet for the kind of podcast that everyone can enjoy. From educational programs to conversational topics and incredible storytelling and role-playing shows in a variety of styles, themes, and age groups. Porygon Go is a group of independent podcast creators dedicated to creating high-quality programs that provide family fun for everyone. Visit PorygonGo.com for an ever-growing lineup of shows, complete with descriptions and ways you can listen. Connect with the Porygon Go Family-Friendly Podcast Network on Facebook and Twitter. PODICON Go. It's podcast fun for everyone. Porygon Go.
Thank you for listening to Postcards from Poor and Chris Camping Jr.